Nothing valuable can be lost by taking time. I do not think much of a man who is not wiser today than he was yesterday. The better part of one's life consists of his friendships. I am not concerned that you have fallen, I am concerned that you arise. No man has a good enough memory to be a successful liar. I don't know who my grandfather was, I am much more concerned to know what his grandson will be. You can fool all the people some of the time, and some of the people all the time, but you cannot fool all the people all the time. Perhaps a man's character was like a tree, and his reputation like a shadow. The shadow is what we think of it, the tree is like the real thing. I am rather inclined to silence, and whether that be wise or not, it is at least more unusual nowadays to find a man who can hold his tongue than to find one who cannot. I am rather inclined to silence, and whether that be wise or not, it is at least more unusual nowadays to find a man who can hold his tongue than to find one who cannot. To ease another's heartache is to forget one's own. Upon the subject of education, not presuming to dictate any plan or system respecting it, I can only say that I view it as the most important subject which we as a people can be engaged in. All that I am, or hope to be, I owe to my angel mother. Do good to those who hate you and turn their ill will to friendship. The past is the cause of the present, and the present will be the cause of the future. All these are links in the endless chain stretching from the finite to the infinite. It has been my experience that folks who have no vices have very few virtues. Love is the chain to lock a child to its parent. The ballot is stronger than the bullet. My best friend is a person who will give me a book I have not read. Wanting to work is so rare a merit that it should be encouraged. Most folks are about as happy as they make their minds up to be. America will never be destroyed from the outside. If we falter and lose our freedoms, it will be because we destroyed ourselves. Human action can be modified to some extent, but human nature cannot be changed. No man is poor who has a godly mother. I distrust the wisdom if not the sincerity of friends who would hold my hands while my enemies stab me. I can see how it might be possible for a man to look down upon the earth and be an atheist, but I cannot conceive how a man could look up into the sky and say there is no God. Common-looking people are the best in the world, that is the reason the Lord makes so many of them. A woman is the only thing I am afraid of that I know will not hurt me. For people who like that kind of a book, that is the kind of book they will like. You can fool some of the people all of the time, and all of the people some of the time, but you cannot fool all of the people all of the time. Every man's happiness is his own responsibility. Let every American, every lover of liberty, every well-wisher to his posterity, swear by the blood of the Revolution, never to violate in the least particular, the laws of the country, and never to tolerate their violation by others. I have a congenital aversion to failure. As I would not be a slave, so I would not be a master. This expresses my idea of democracy. The greatest fine art of the future will be the making of a comfortable living from a small piece of land. We live in the midst of alarms, anxiety clouds the future, we expect some new disaster with each newspaper we read. Human nature will not change. In any future great national trial, compared with the men of this, we shall have as weak and as strong, as silly and as wise, as bad and as good. What is to be, will be, and no prayers of ours can arrest the decree. There are no accidents in my philosophy. Every effect must have its cause. The past is the cause of the present, and the present will be the cause of the future. All these are links in the endless chain stretching from the finite to the infinite. Books serve to show a man that those original thoughts of his aren't very new after all. Adhere to your purpose and you will soon feel as well as you ever did. On the contrary, if you falter, and give up, you will lose the power of keeping any resolution, and will regret it all your life. A new book is like a friend that I have yet to meet. I have been driven many times upon my knees by the overwhelming conviction that I had nowhere else to go. My own wisdom and that of all about me seemed insufficient for that day. I happen temporarily to occupy this big white house. I am living witness that any one of your children may look to come here as my father's child has. If I am killed, I can die but once, but to live in constant dread of it, is to die over and over again. I claim not to have controlled events, but confess plainly that events have controlled me. I have stepped out upon this platform that I may see you and that you may see me, and in the arrangement I have the best of the bargain. The demon of intemperance ever seems to have delighted in sucking the blood of genius and of generosity. All I ask for the Negro is that if you do not like him, let him alone. If God gave him but little, that little let him enjoy. I leave you, hoping that the lamp of liberty will burn in your bosoms until there shall no longer be a doubt that all men are created free and equal.